Hello and welcome back to Alice Madness Returns. So, we made it to the train. That's a castle of sorts. Like a whole thing.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it.
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was all searching, freighted with fear and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined. Now we're all mad here, and that's a good excuse for going to hell in a teapot, but not for forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that. Come to receive your punishment, then?
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. And you're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harmed pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
Huh. So that happened. So I was gonna say before we cutscene that yeah, I'm getting the feeling that we might be ending the game today, because something tells me this isn't like a whole chapter. I don't know why. Something about it feels like it might just be
You corrupted my memories, but you
part of a
failed to make me
chapter.
forget.
I could have made you into a tasty
Or
bit.
like, you know,
Clients
ending
out the
bit.
door waiting
I
for
don't
a
know.
piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad, like your sister.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted in the end.
And another thing was that there was no collectibles in the menu, was there?
What is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
No cutscenes. Yeah, like if you look at the menu, yeah, there's no collectibles here either, so that makes me wonder that this isn't, you know, a whole regular platformy, especially the guys chapter. Like this, as so far it's been cutscenes, and maybe we're gonna come up on a boss or something. Who knows? But yeah, guess we'll just keep going. Watch some cutscenes. That's what we're doing, I guess. Okay. Nope. Camera's doing things. Now. Oh, hello. Okay. You might be fighting. Like. Okay, I think we're doing a boss. Okay. Here we go. Got a big ol' hand.
The past must be paid for.
Do can I aim it? I can. Whoa, okay, camera? Not sure what you're doing. Alright, that's... Okay. I always wanted to be B to dodge this R1. Yeah. So, like, if this really is, like, final boss times, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but you know, didn't want to take a chance last time. Is this hurting you? I think so. No, that's the hurt sound. Yeah. Like it's a little different. Like a small feels impactful. So this is not really hurting you, is it? Can I do this against you? Oh, I had time. Now that thing. Yeah. It's not the hurt sound. That's the hurt sound. Like, see? So I'm not hurting you. So I guess I'm just supposed to survive for now. Right? There's something else I'm supposed to hit? I don't know. Oh. Bro? Something? What's this? Sound. The camera's being weird. Oh, hey kitty. You up here now? Can I all hit you? Let's see what's effect going on. There's also these like tentacles or wires or whatever they are. Are those anything that I'm supposed to interact with? Like, oh, your head. Okay, your head is down. Okay, so that's what I got you. Well, it's a little awkward with these guys also around. Kitty, you just jumped up, then you jumped down, then you jump up again. Being weird. Kitty, no, don't fight that. Kitty, no. Please. No. Okay, really just...
Cost of forgetting.
Kitty, stop it. Okay? Stop it. Alright, I'm gonna have to deal with this cat. I'm gonna have to pause the video and put it in the other room because it's doing the bites. Hold on. Just a sec. Pause the video. Okay. There we go. Cat is in the other room. And yeah. At some point it's gonna learn. I hope. Probably not. I don't know. Oh, I died. Okay. Well, that's okay. Yeah, I would like to continue. I would. Alright, so now I know when you can hit. Yeah, it's not now. Okay. Slash. If you're slashing is probably the best at this point. Like, I feel like I'm getting more hits in. I do not have a lot of health. Did I come here with not a lot of health? Felt like I had more than I was the last time. I got some health somehow. Like, that's kinda... Like, I don't know if this is good. Like, it's shaking your head. Might as well hit you. I'm waiting. But I don't know if it's actually accomplishing much. Okay. That one.
Make-believe Avenger.
What do you say? Oh, well now it's two hands. That's a little concerning. It's gonna make things a little more difficult. Well, no, that, come back.
Absurd prejudice.
Grab him down. Can I hit you? Oh, okay. Like these guys. Oh good, now these are McPhee, whatever. You do give me some health. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks for the help. Oh god, let go. I guess I can't get out of that, I just have to accept it. Right. You're not gonna get me.
Frightened of your shadow.
Alright, well, no. Wait, doing that again, so... Get that thing. This spinning stuff goes. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Come on. What's that it? That might be it, wow, okay. Maybe, we'll see. Okay.
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
Hello. Just kill the man. I mean, so did he also kill like a lot of people, but you know. Well, alright then. So, still in Wonderland? Seems like. Okay. I can only walk. Yeah, this is kind of like the first world, or whatever you want to call it. More like that. Remind me of that. Though we're in a city as well, so that's interesting. Like it's a combination of Wonderland and the real world. Yeah. Oh.
Ah, Alice. We can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient. Remembering it, agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering. And our Wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory. For now.
That is the end. Well, it's gonna be a short episode today, but it's okay. You know, I had a feeling last time that it might be it, and yeah, it was. Well, well, there you go. That's the game. So yeah. What can you say about the game, I guess, in general? You know, I liked it. Like, it's not without its issues, and you know, it does have kind of, you know, that you know, 2010-ish kind of, you know, PS3 game kind of feel, where like, you know, they're just getting to a point in game design, I feel, where you're trying more grand things in terms of scope and in terms of making it feel more like more cinematic in a way, more uh, things like that, like and in that way it does kind of have that little in between feel of that, where it's not quite there in some ways, and it's hard to really describe, but when it comes to the cutscenes and the dialogue and such, it feels like the pacing and the general, what's the word I'm looking for, like the interaction between the characters seems stunted in a way. Seems kind of like they aren't really talking much to each other, but they're saying the things to each other. Does that make sense? Like, it's a bit weird. And there's a lot of the kind of I imagine that's a lot of how Alice in Wonderland is written, and through the Looking Glass and everything. That it does feel like a lot of these things might be taken straight out of the book. Some of the things you said, or at least very much inspired by that, because the way they talk sometimes definitely feels like it's not really dialogue you would hear in a movie or a game. Rather, it's something you would see in a book. In that way, it's especially a book of that era. Where it's very poetic and very like the way they write is not how you talk. But yeah. There are parts where that helps. It is obviously Alice in Wonderland is strange. That's its thing, and making it a darker and more moody and more mature, for lack of a better word, thing is gonna change everything. There's no music here. It just stopped. If you're wondering why there's no sound in the background now, that's why. It's that for me. Yeah. So yeah, that is probably the thing that stands out the most to me. Like, and when it comes to the story as well, like it can be a little bit hard to follow sometimes. I feel because they throw a lot at you, and they make you, if you're not paying 100% attention to some of it, you're gonna miss some things, and I feel like I missed some things, and that is partly also because I'm doing a let's play and I'm having to focus on all that stuff. But sometimes I do feel like they throw a lot at you, and it's like, okay, this is going on now, and you're talking about this and these characters and everything. Like, I don't know. It might also be because they expect me to have played the first game. This is, not the first game in the series, if you want to call it series, I guess. So yeah, that might be the case. Yeah. What else? Well, gameplay. Let's talk about that. It's good. It's the combat is very hack and slash for the most part. Like, you just dodge, hit guys, but it feels good for the most part. I feel like it feels good. Like, there's different enemy types doing different things. They throw new enemies at you that you have to figure out how they work. Yeah. And the platforming bits, again, it's fine. It's nothing too special. There isn't any, like, it's mostly jump from platform to platform kind of gameplay. Sometimes you gotta do a little, like sometimes a little bit more of a challenge. Like you gotta dodge some things, spikes and things flying in front of you. You gotta, yeah, I don't know. It's there. It's fine. It doesn't feel bad. It's again, like I haven't played this game now. Finished it. I do feel like there is a bit of a repetition in gameplay, and they do try to make it to throw new things in. They throw all these puzzles and all these little side things, and we had the shoot 'em up segment. We had the the ball rolling thing we had to do with the head and everything, and we had the 2D segment, like things like that. 2D platforming segment. I mean, and we have those gotta slide the thing puzzles. We have the occasional slide you gotta go down. Like they should try their best to make it feel like there's a lot of stuff, and there is. Like yeah. So the general feel, the general world, and everything is obviously what is the most attractive part. Like the most like, oh, what is this strange Alice in Wonderland, but very nasty, gruesome, and mature feeling, and everything. And that was definitely something they nailed. I feel, because a lot of it is like, it's weird how it. I think I said this before, but it goes between these like, not, I wouldn't say normal, but not as gruesome and nasty sections to these really nasty sections from time to time. Like it's interesting how that is made, and that might be intentional to make it seem more impactful. Because if the entire game, was just nasty thing upon nasty thing, it would probably lose its charm, for like a better word. So yeah, man, it's really weird that there's just no sound in this credit sequence. It's just going on for a while. I guess because EA has so many studios and whatnot, like the Electronic Arts Hungary is apparently a thing. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I like that. I like the world. I like, graphically, and the style is also nice. Like, I've said, it does have a bit of, PlayStation 3 era graphically kind of art, not quite, what you would call modern graphics, because you can tell that sometimes. But the stylized look does help that. But like, the human characters especially, you can tell that it's like, if it was more trying to be realistic, those humans would look real bad, and they are kind of stylized, so it works a little bit better. But yeah, so yeah, the music, it's nice, it's good. I don't think it stands out too much. Same with the sound, the sound is pretty good as well. Like the impact of the weapons especially is nice feeling. Yeah. Yeah. So I liked it. I'm glad I played it. It was a game I had on my playlist for a long time now. And it was always like, I'm gonna get around to it properly. And then I never did. I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna play it. And I'm glad of that. I definitely am. Like, I wasn't sure how it was gonna be. Because I know, like, from what I heard, there were some people who didn't like it much, I think, is what I heard. Like, because I remember, like, this I don't think it was a super popular game. if I remember correctly. I think the creators, like the American McGee, I don't think, you know, he has ever made another game. I think he maybe have made other stuff that's not a game or something. I think he, like, I don't know, stopped for a while because this wasn't successful. I don't know. That's a little weird thing with that. Like, I think he's kind of, there's a, you know, a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Auteur kind of guy. Like, he's kind of, you know, one of those, if you know what I mean, one of those creators. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I have no idea, but it does kind of feel like that. I mean, he didn't put his name on the game. That's, you know, if you do that kind of thing, it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. You do whatever you want, I guess. This really goes on for a while. I have nothing else to say, really. But yeah, like, so like the general. I never quite figured out if it was like just like how people really felt. I hadn't heard much other than a little bit of a playthrough I watched, and in that it seemed like they were having a good time. But it's been a while. But yeah. So is this gonna be over soon? This credits, like, this is going on for a long time. I hate stopping just in the middle of everything in the credits, because, like, these people, you know, are real people who worked on the game and worked on everything, you know, even if they aren't directly involved. The reason why I'm able to play this game is because all these people, you know, worked to make this a thing and make it you know, happen, essentially. EA Game Lab, there's more credits. It feels weird just to sit here in silence and have nothing else to say. At least if there's like sound or music going on in the background, it helps a little bit, but at this point I don't know what to say. Yeah. Well, there we go. That's the game. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna sit here for who knows how long. It's EA. EA have EA are big, you know, and they're even bigger now. But yeah, like, they're apparently doing everything, like all the teams, all the things they can. Which makes sense. They should. I do wish it was faster. Oh, it can make it go faster, actually, if you press A. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna hold A. You can see the credits. Or X, I guess. I don't know why I said A. I'm using PlayStation controller. For some reason, I always press that around. Yeah. What I'm gonna play next, you know, well, I don't know. I mean, I just played 2 games that on the channel that I'm interested in continuing, and I might do one of those. We'll see. I never quite know what I'll do. I always want to have a little bit of a variety in what I play, so if it's a platformer, if it's an action game, if it's some kind of RPG or whatever, I kind of want a little bit of diversity. This is kind of a 3D platform action kind of game, which yeah, I think maybe Soul Ash is what I should play next, because I already am playing a Souls-like in Grime, and you know, I was interested in Lies of P, but it's a game I might play a bit later or something, or I might play on my own. I don't know. It's always weird. Like, what do I play for the channel to just play outside of that? Okay, so yeah. I was right that there's no Badulas. I don't even know. in the first world, because I never saw one. I was like, wow, these, like, suddenly they just appeared everywhere, I felt, in the next worlds. So yeah, so you can get, yeah, 4 extra health. I only got 1? Like 6? No, I got 2, right? Because, yeah. Yeah, I must have gotten 2 if I had 6, 8, 9, yeah. Alright, it's a weird thing. I don't think it matters too much. Like, the game's difficulty never was quite difficult. I mean, I guess that's a new game plus, so maybe it will be even more difficult or whatever. Nightmare mode, okay, yeah. So, you know, that's that. I don't know how that would go if, because like, some of the enemies are a little bit bullet spongy. I hope it's not that. I don't know. I don't know what you would do. But if you know want a challenge in this game, you can do that. You know, that's you know, that's that you can do. It's also, you know, I got can you see the thing? What's the best way to look at that? Maybe in here again. Like, yeah, I got. Yeah, I didn't get all the memories. All the bottles. I got the bottles in that one. That's, huh. Like all of those. If you want to be a collector and collect all the things, you know, I have no idea where all of them are. It's hard to really know that. It's like there's no way to really. I mean, you get a count, but you don't get for specific places. So if you miss one, you miss one, and you're not going back. Wait, just click. Okay, I guess I went here. But there you go. So that's Alice Mantis Returns. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, that's the thing I would say. I don't know. I'm rambling. I always ramble at the end of games. Just, you know. All right, bye.